Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to your week ahead. This is for all Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter sign placements. Scorpio, I already shuffled and laid out your spread, so let's get into your reading. Now, Scorpio, when I was shuffling in your pre-shuffle, you had a card fell out, and it is the Three of Pentacles. So you are focusing on a creative project. You're focusing on doing something new, building something new. But you're focusing on how to build, create, or do something that you're working on or building to be more effective, more efficient, to be better, to be improved. And you may be trying to see how to go about doing so. But you are working on something that's a creative project, something that you've been trying to build, something that you've been wanting to see come together and work out. And now it's like you come into an understanding, or it's being illuminated to you, perhaps a way to do things better, or that there's a need to do things better, or find a way to have better progress or better results with what you're building and trying to create. You could be focused on an entrepreneurship, Scorpio. You could be focused on work, but you also could be focused on your money. But with the Pentacles here, this could be anything to do with your material, physical world or resources. Now, your focus, or I should say, the energy that in the week ahead is your theme, is you have the Lady of the Mirror, reflection, non-judgment. So with this energy, this is you perhaps going into hermit mode and doing a lot of inner reflection or deep reflection for yourself or about yourself or what you're dealing with, where you are trying to analyze, examine, and seek answers, perhaps to come up with a new perception, or in order for you to experience more personal growth or growth with your situation. But also here, this may be you in introspection and about what is important to you, or to come to what is important. And this is, I feel, you thinking about your role, your conduct, where you've come from, where you are, and where you're going. And this is you operating from a place of being able to do that and not be self-critical of yourself in any issues that come up or problems where you could be too hard on yourself. So this is you being able to reflect on what you're doing or what you need to do or what you've done without you being hard on yourself. Or as you reflect, be mindful not to be hard on yourself, to be non-judgmental. Now, you could be dealing with reflecting on matters concerning you in your world or with others. And there may be a need for you to reflect and consider, but from a non-judgmental standpoint, and not be overcritical or too hard about whatever it is that you're focused or that you're reflecting on. With regard to perhaps you looking to build, work on, you could be working together with others, and they could be some concern around the progress or the lack of progress in that. You could be feeling like you're on your own when you should be receiving support instead, or being supported instead, where everybody's doing their part, but it's only you right now, perhaps, Scorpio. And there's a need for you to perhaps consider your role and what you need to do despite what's going on, but with the focus of having a non-judgmental standpoint. Just focus on what needs to get handled, what needs to get done, and not fixate on anything in particular that keeps you from being able to do that. Now, your focus is you have the Four of Swords and this Knight of Cups. So your focus is how to put something to rest. Your focus may be, because in this Four of Swords, this soldier is sleep. This soldier ain't doing shit. This soldier is supposed to be guarding a door, but he's not. And with that Knight of Cups talk about opportunities and offers. And I feel like this is about you trying not to be restless about opportunities and offers that you may not have obtained yet or received, or that there's some deception around the offer or the opportunity. And you may be trying not to be restless about it or trying to guard that shit. You may be just trying to have a relaxed approach, reflect on the situation, deal with it as best you can, and, not harp on it in any way. But this is you focusing on how to put things to rest or maintain a rested mindset, or a mind that's at rest, to rest your mind around opportunities and offers that you may or may not be able to receive. Because with this Knight of Cups, he is got on his mask and he's holding a cup. And then there's two women that he's perhaps entertaining. And so you may be weighing up the opportunities or the offers, and you may be trying not to be restless about the opportunities and offers that may or may not be present for you. But there's an energy of you reflecting and focusing on not being restless about shit, and just focus on, it's like there's an understanding that there's opportunities out there no matter what. So in the recent past, Scorpio, you do have the Hangman and the Seven of Cups. So with the Hangman and the Seven of Cups here, I feel that in the recent past, you were experiencing some delays, some stagnation, something came to a stop, or something wasn't moving. And you may have been perplexed about how to go about coming out of that dormant mode, or that stagnation, or that delay in seeing movement or progress. And so with the Hangman here, you may have been trying to discover the alternatives or reevaluate. And you may have experienced in the recent past some futility issues with what you could come up with or not come up with. You could have experienced some degree of depression with the Seven of Cups here. And so you may have needed to surrender, or you may have felt a victim perhaps. But with the Hangman in the recent past, this may have been some frustration that you could have been dealing with the ability to see things from a different perspective, or perhaps you were trying to see things from a different perspective, or needing to take a pause or let go or release. But with this Hangman in the recent past, this is you perhaps feeling stuck. And with that Seven of Cups, you not seeing the options, or you were confused by the fact that you may have felt stuck or experiencing delay or stagnation, and perhaps with something that you're working on or trying to build or implement that was new, that you wanted to see come together and have success with. And with the Seven of Cups here, it was like you had wishful thinking, and it's like you could see all the possibilities. But when it came down to it, the option felt like you had either little to no option, or your wishful thinking was stunted by the lack of progress or by the delays, or you just were in a place of confusion. And that confusion could be what caused in the recent past you experiencing delays, you not seeing clearly or not having clarity, or your emotions clouding your ability to process and see the alternatives. So at present, Scorpio, you do have strength and you have the Five of Swords. So at present, you are being strong and determined. You are focused on being reasonable, using your instincts, maintaining your courage. You are being in your personal power and emotional strength, where you are trying to have some discipline or perhaps implement more discipline, because you're focused on addressing any conflicts in your mind or any conflicts that you dealt with others. If you can see here with the Five of Swords, because the Five of Swords is challenging energy, is mental energy, is about thought, is about communication. It could be about disputes. But see, there's several people here, and this person has a knife. One person is already on the ground and stabbed and bleeding. And this person is trying to use force with the other person here, who's got his hand up, and he's like, just give me a second, as if so that he can avoid being stabbed. So this is you trying to, in the present, this is you avoiding conflict, or having the strength to avoid conflict, or determined to avoid conflict, so that because with the Five of Swords, this is about trying to have a win situation or avoid defeat. But there's a measure of at what cost. Okay? So at present, you've managed to be strong and avoid defeat, or diffuse a situation where defeat was possible, but there was some cost to you to do it. Or there was some cost to somebody, but you managed to maintain your strength and resilience in the situation. And this is where you are at present. You are at a place of strength, where you were able to diffuse or deflect this conflict, or you were able to have a win in this conflict. But nonetheless, though you were strong, or though you're strong at this time, there was still some cost to you, or cost to someone here. Now in the future, Scorpio, you do have the Fool and you have Temperance. Two major arcanas. You could be dealing with a Sagittarius or have this energy in your chart. And with the Fool, you could be dealing with an Aquarius or an Aries. And so with the Fool here, for your future, this is about you needing to be careful and not be reckless. This is you needing to take responsibility. This is you needing to use wisdom, to not be oblivious. This is about you looking at how to go in a new direction or establish a new beginning for yourself, avoiding those types of complications I just mentioned. But this is about you in the future needing to focus on not doing anything that is reckless to you or your circumstances. Because with Temperance here, this is about you focusing on what matters most and avoiding extremes. With Temperance here, this is about you focusing on where you may need to compromise or cooperate, or where you may need to realize any clashing of interest or competition. And this is where there's a need to discard any frustration so that you can focus on maintaining or getting to a place of stability and balance. There may be a need for you to be patient and be mindful of your aims and be prepared to do things in moderation, but to use proper measure and to make sure you're not miscalculating, but as well be creative. This is also about you having some self-control and being mindful of your own energy in a situation, with the focus to having healing or continuing to heal, but also to cultivate harmony for yourself and your circumstances here. Because with Temperance here, what you want to be mindful of is Temperance is that energy that you have to be careful, because the least wrong move, everything gets off balance or out of control. But I do feel, Scorpio, that you are protected. You are divinely protected here with this Temperance energy being present. Now, your attitude, Scorpio, is the Nine of Swords in the World. So you have worries, concerns, fears. You may be overthinking. You may be having trouble getting sleep. But this here is ruminating thoughts. Now, my question to you is, this being your attitude, are your concerns or worries real or perceived? But with the Nine of Swords in the world, you are worried and concerned about your ability to successfully complete or to attain. You may be lacking a little confidence in your ability to have success and reap the rewards. You may be trying to focus on your confidence or trying to culminate something here. You may be trying to master something here or master yourself. But this is a focus on you being able to perhaps find the way through any fear of success. But this is about you focusing on perhaps how to make amends, with the goal of you being able to finish what business that you are handling or working on. So you are fearing your ability. You're fearing whether or not you'll have success. You're fearing whether or not you'll have that completion. You're fearing whether or not you will see that gain or reward. Now, your concern, Scorpio, is you have Judgment with the Queen of Swords. Judgment is a major arcana. The Queen of Swords is air, mental energy. Now, with this as your concern, Scorpio, you may be concerned about making the right decision. You may be concerned about changes, the ability to create change. With Judgment here, you may be concerned about gaining new ideas and perception. You may be concerned about getting results. You may be concerned about any possible remorse, regrets, or letdowns, delays. You may be concerned about procrastination. You may be concerned about whether or not you can liberate yourself or create a second chance for yourself or start a new phase. And with the Queen of Swords, you may be concerned with that Queen of Swords about coming up with a plan or seeing clear objectives or making clear decisions. You may be concerned about coming up with a plan or how to improve your plan. You may be concerned about whether or not you are able to rise to the call and measure up. You could be concerned about communication from someone embodying this Queen of Swords energy. You could be concerned about whether or not your plans and your logic around your plans will be realized, because you're trying to make moves that are successful and that give you the liberation or the chance that you are trying to acquire or opportunity. You could be concerned about your ability to be able to release something. And so your challenge, your issue, your warning, Scorpio, is you do have the Knight of Swords with the Knave or Page of Pentacles. So with this energy as your challenge, you may have the challenge of taking action, or how to take action, how to plan and be logical to execute your plan to get the desired results that you want. And with the Page of Pentacles, you could be having the challenge about what practical approach you can take, how you can gain, what you can do to logically move forward in your pursuit. You could be challenged with receiving some sort of news or message where action is required, and you could be challenged about what action you should be taking or that you can take. I also feel the challenge here is whether or not you have all the information, or have you learned everything you need to know, or what else you may need to learn. You may have the challenge of lacking help or support with something that you're trying to do that's new. The caution with the Knight of Swords here is that you want to be careful that you're not being too hasty or reckless, and that you're using diplomacy and tact in your communication where you may be communicating with someone or others. You want to make sure that you're not lacking any information or that any information is missing, because he is in pursuit to take action. But if you take a look on the floor, there's a piece of paper. So did he drop it? Does he know is down there. He doesn't seem to. So you may be challenged with whether or not you have all the information in order to take action, in order to see how to gain or work or build or do something. But there's the challenge of needing to be precise in what practical approach you will take or how you will plan to communicate in order for you to see gain or reward or for you to build. It's like you're having a challenge with tactic. I'm hearing tactic. You may be having challenge with some sort of a tactic that you have or a tactic that you want to change, or realizing that your tactic needs to be changed in order for your action to be effective or more effective. And so your likely outcome that is also your advice is you do have the Five of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune. So with the Five of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune, here's your outcome. This is you dealing with competition, strife, challenges, issues with others or within yourself or both. But I feel like this is about you needing to focus on how to take action to either diffuse the challenges or to avoid challenges with the goal of having positive shifts and changes. With the Wheel of Fortune, this is about the unexpected or luck or turn of events, cycles. This is about ups and downs, random occurrences, dealing with resistance. This is about things happening that could be good or bad. And so I do feel as the outcome here, Scorpio, that some of you will figure out how to take action to bring about the change, positive shifts and outcomes that you want, to shift things in a direction that work for you. For others of you, I feel that there is a delay in your ability to do this because of struggle, strife, and competition that you're dealing with. And so the shift or change that you're trying to create, you may be experiencing some resistance. But I do feel that if you continue to persist, that you can be and are able to create a shift and change. For others of you, there will be a lack of change to the struggle or strife or adversity that you're facing either within yourself or others because you are having problems with being able to create the shift or change or because it's just not time. So let's take a look, Scorpio, at what your guidance is here. You have one card, the chimpanzee. Use both your intuition and your intellect to solve the problem or get answers to your question. Okay? That is your guidance. I hope these messages help. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and thanks for watching. Bye.